John, for whatever reason, went on this morning. I think he was still in bed. He didn't even turn his camera on. But he went on and he was bitching about this bet. He's been bitching about this bet for a week and a half. I owe him $100. He needs it really badly. Yeah. He's bitching about it. So then the guy Phantom Dennis, the guy who runs Shoeless Anonymous, who John's mad at because when he wanted to do a show using Shoeless Anonymous to do his show, he made it private so John couldn't get to it.
Hilarious.
It is. Yeah. It's not any different than the $20 bill on the fishing line that John used to do to Scott the engineer and be like, this is hilarious. Look at he wants to get the thing and he can't. This is what Phantom Dennis did to John. And John's like, that's not funny. I don't get it. Why is that funny? I said, no, it's hilarious, you retard. Yeah. So it was the funniest thing. Phantom Dennis comes on and he goes, you know what, John, I have the video. Check Shoeless Anonymous. I just posted it there for you. And John, this is all on my show. You have to check it out. Please subscribe to check this out. John goes, all right, Denny, you know what? This is a solid thing. I think we could be friends again. You know, he's going through this whole thing. He's like, this is really nice. I'm so glad you did this. So he pulls it up on his screen. He starts playing it. There it is, the actual video of John walking up to OJ's. OJ's getting into a limo. And he says, hey, OJ. And then she-male porn shows up. It's just a bunch of chicks with dicks fucking each other. And just, It was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. And I happened to be watching it in real time. I was like, oh my God, that's fucking amazing.
So are they still friends?
I don't think so. I don't think that worked out. Well, then John, as I was doing the bonus show, I'm reading text from him. He was texting me as we were doing it. And he sent me a video of him asking OJ a different question and saying, give me my money. He's demanding the money. So I wrote back, because I know the video's out there now, but I'm fucking with him. I'm like, you didn't ask anything about a knife there. And he was getting all fired up. Actually, I should probably pull this up because it's pretty funny. He needs his $100 so badly. He's so fucking fired up about it for whatever reason. So I wrote back, in this video, you didn't ask about signing a knife. Still waiting. Of course, that pissed him off. So he wrote, yeah, they started before the whole thing was up. You're a fucking stiffer. I got off 2 questions, the second being the knife one. It was up for many to see. Go on Reddit. Now I have hundreds of witnesses. If you don't pay, it'll be Gary, Indiana all over again. And then another message. Just heard you're doing everything you can to not let it get out again. What a silly bet stiffer you are. What a silly bet stiffer.
He got you there, buddy.
There's no dues payer.
It doesn't roll off the tongue.
He invented a new word too, quid. I don't know what that word means, but he said it to me, and he said it to Phantom Dennis. He's like, okay, we're quid now, like we're good. But I've never heard that, and I looked it up. I couldn't find anything about it.
Is that like quid pro quo?
Well, that's what people were wondering if that's what it meant. I'm not sure.
Or is it like a dotard thing where it's supposed to be dotard, and he just doesn't know what he's talking about?
Probably, yes. And then 2 more messages from him. He said, you know what happened. You just don't want to part with the 100.
You can't afford it.
Yeah, you wrote, big money, Lady K. Will lose a bet but refuse to pay. Oh, wow, that's like fucking poetic. Big money, Lady K will lose a bet but refuse to pay.
No, I hear a song in the works.
So, anyway, I paid him today. I super chatted him, and I said, John, check your PayPal, buddy. You won the bet. That's all I needed. I just needed video proof or audio proof. That's all I asked for. I don't need to have his friend saying that it happened. And I said it happened, and so did my friend, and so did my other friend.
Yeah, he's got his mom calling you.
Yeah, like, that's not what a bet is. That's not what proof is. And anyway, but he did prove it. So he did win the bet. And it's a good thing because John has been known to get the authorities involved. So I'm really glad that we were able to settle this without getting law enforcement
or OJ
involved in this.
Julian Chatter encouraged people to send you DoorDash while you were in California so it rots at your door. Well, if that's the truth, then I'm going to have a problem with that because then they are trying to have bugs come to my house, right? So that's a form of vandalism. You better know the law. As even Vince said, that's illegal in Florida. So if you're encouraging that, somebody get me the tape. Because I will Call the police about that.
Finish the
Notify
sentence.
my buddies at the police in my precinct.
Oh, hey, John. Hey.
What did someone do? Tweet today? DM you? Who are we arresting this time?
Someone honked their horn.
I was just trying to send him a nice edible arrangement for a housewarming gift for his house in Florida. And now I'm
Bugs.
under arrest.
Yeah, now you're under arrest for it. He's amazing, isn't he? He was talking about Ryan Sharman posted something. Who knows if it's the real one or not? And he's just like, I sent him a cease and desist, and now I'm gonna have to sue him. Like, he's still doing the same shit he's been doing for years. It never works. Threatening lawsuits and getting people arrested and thrown in jail does not work, John. It never will. I don't know why you're still doing it. Well, I do know why. He's an idiot. Now, I hope people have watched me go on his show Monday night. I was a little fired up because I was a little bit annoyed. I was watching him on MLC earlier, and he's telling Kevin Brennan how I don't pay my bets off and all this shit. I'm like, and of course, Kevin doesn't fucking follow up with like, well, what's the bet? You know, and it's just like, oh yeah, Carl sucks. So I go on there with Joe. Why are you telling everyone I'm not paying my bets? You owe me $100. You're supposed to produce evidence. You haven't. There's no proof of any of this. So I called DG a couple names, and I think DG and I made up, but I have my theories about this guy. I don't think he's on the up and up with John. I think he's got an angle that he's got going on here. But this is a hilarious back and forth because John is going to explain how comedy works. And this is one of my favorite things that's ever happened on John's show. It's going to go on for a while, and I might not even interrupt it because it speaks for itself.
A tag is like if you have a good premise and then you do a joke, then you have a bunch of tags. Now, a smart comic will be able to have a bunch of tags. Like if I do a joke, you always follow with a bunch more tags. You know, because then
in sales, there's a similar thing that's called a tie down. So you make a point and then you tie it down.
Oh yeah, but this is to get more laughs.
Right.
So like, you know, like so you do a bit and then you do a tag about it, and then you do another tag and then another tag, you know, and then you know, so now
take my wife, please. I take my wife everywhere, but she always finds her way back. I asked my wife where she wants to go. She said somewhere I've never been before. I said the hospital. Oh wait, I said the kitchen. Shit, I blew that punchline. But you know.
Yeah.
So I was watching this. Like, that's not what tags are.
Now I've learned everything about comedy.
Those are all one-liners.
I know.
Those aren't tags. And thankfully, John also understands that. He's going to correct DG on this. DG's a moron. But I love that John can't explain what a tag is without using the word tag. No, it's like a tag. When you tag a thing, it's a tag.
You say the punchline, and then you do a tag, and then you do another tag.
It's a tag.
That doesn't say what a tag is.
It's an additional punchline. It's another punchline, John, is what a tag is. But he'll never figure that out. This gets really funny right here.
Now from the hip, so.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, that's not really tags. That's just those are just
bitch.
No, those are just one-liners.
Now I got a Google tag. Son of a bitch. All right,
let me give you an example of a tag.
Yeah, give me some comedy education so I could try to be funny for these fucking people that are so funny.
You know, I'd have to pull someone stand up and then I'll show you a tag. Let's just got to think of if I have anything that I do. I have a bunch of tags, but I don't know which bit I could say on the air here. Let's see.
What?
Yeah, let's not get kicked off again today.
No, okay. Like if I said, okay. I'm trying to think.
If I were to say something funny.
In that unlikely circumstance.
I'm just trying to go through my head. So if I said, celebrities always give, you know what, what's with these hold on, I got to remember the bit. Yeah.
Take your time. This is actually interesting. Like for real. I mean.
Yeah, no, I know. But see, I had to take out the Bruce Jenner stuff because that wasn't, so I'm trying to go so I do a Kardashian bit.
The squeegee.
I'm trying to think of the tags that would go with the jokes. I don't know. I'll think of it later.
Yeah, we'll come to it. We'll revisit it. We'll double back on it some other time.
It's just like a comedian has a joke and he says, and then he's like, so he has a joke, and then he keeps going with that premise with different tags.
Yeah,
so
that's pretty much what you said.
Like if I say, all these celebrities, all these, all these fucking celebrities and the fucking crazy names. What the hell? It's like Gwyneth Paltrow. What the hell did she name her kid? Apple. Is that a good name for a kid? Apple. Oh, I know. The kid goes to school and shows up and starts sweating, and other kids are like, "Look, apple juice." And then she gets married, and then she starts snoring. Her husband's like, "Apple turnover." You just keep on piling on the same joke.
Now I understand the concept.
And then I'll go, yeah, that's why I said, I say to my 3 kids, we are not going Hollywood. We will not go Hollywood. I said, listen, Oscar, Emmy, People's Choice, we are not going Hollywood. So now so it all comes around. One, bang, boom, bang, boom.
Right.
So something like that.
There you go. See, that's some fucking free education for everybody else.
Ow, my sides.
Does everyone understand comedy now?
Jesus Christ.
I had it all wrong.
Yeah. Are we all getting comedy now at this point? You guys got it all figured out?
Jesus.
It's incredible.
My knees are so red from all the slapping I'm doing.
I don't think it ends there. Let's see what else he has to say.
Out there?
Yeah, you just keep on with the same premise and just keep on going with it, with different tags. And it's, not exactly what I'm trying to go for, but it's similar.
I got the concept.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so, and then I turn it around, but it's all messed up. It's just a bit I do about fucking celebrities and their stupid names. Trick.
It's a good bet. All right, so then
Class dismissed.
a little while later, Rude Rick Rude lets John know that his jokes are dated. Because that whole thing about celebrities is old. So this is his response to that.
Kind of buy a shirt that says normal size. But I appreciate it.
Apple's 20 years old. Yeah, you ever hear college? I don't know. All my kids were in school at 20.
Maybe this person has it. Maybe he's like, hey, college is what he's college. College.
Oh, what's that? Hey, what the hell that college?
He's over there teaching your boys.
I go to college with a hard knock. What the hell kind of college you talking about?
What the fuck is that?
Apparently, if you say that John's jokes are dated, you're a redneck and an idiot, even though his jokes are dated.
He's been doing the same set for 20 years.
20 years.
Yeah.
All right, so now DG is going to come in with an anecdote, and this is the world's worst anecdote. I don't know why he thought this was an interesting or compelling story. And this is what I told him when I went on the show. He's not an interesting guy. He doesn't bring anything to the table. He's got no personality. His only thing is to suck up to John so he doesn't get kicked off the show. That's the only thing that he's doing at this point.
I was in a bar one time, John. There was a Trump supporter, and the Trump supporter was talking about Harvard College, and he was like, yeah, too many liberals at Harvard, and, that's why, fuck that college. And he just talked bad about Harvard. And then I was like, so Harvard's not a good college? And he's like, no. And I was like, so is that why you didn't send your kids? And he was like, man, fuck you. And I was like, oh, I don't know why you're so mad if Harvard's such a bad college. Obviously, that's why you kept them out of there. Anyway, we know Harvard's a good college.
Clay Dabbler, Vince.
Oh, boy. What the fuck? Look at producer Chris. Like, what is going on right now? What is happening?
How dare he have his smug face so close to the camera after telling a shitty story like that?
I know.
Fuck you, dude.
He is just a nothing. God. And you know what? There's another guy in the basement right now, and I should probably just turn on his camera because I'm being very rude. What's up, Cardiff?
Oh,
hello.
Oh, hello.
Welcome back.
Welcome back,
You too.
buddy.
How was vacation?
Oh, it was wonderful. It was wonderful. I enjoyed the games that Carl played with us.
Yeah, we were all at my pool. We had an end of summer pool party that went on for days.
We all threw baloney at Carl's ass. It was great.
Yep. Cardiff is a flotation device. I will tell you that we learned that right away. Okay, so for whatever reason, DG, I shouldn't say for whatever reason. I told John that DG's a troll. I guess John is trolling you. It's very obvious. Everyone knows that except for you. Whoa, what? DG's making a face like, oh. It's so obvious to everyone. So someone was asking about it on a recent episode, and this is nuts.
Raping you. That was $2. DG is trolling you, John. Please be careful.
Raping you.
He's signing an NDA. Please. That's how loyal he is. And that's what I do to anybody. I ain't dealing with anybody. I'm not paying anybody till an NDA is signed.
So he's making DG sign an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement. What does that have to do with being a co-host? I understand a contract. If there's going to be money involved, if there's going to be a commitment involved, you'd sign a contract. An NDA doesn't make any fucking sense.
John should be signing the NDA.
Right. Does John have so much shit going on that he doesn't want to let anyone know about anything that's really happening in his life because they might reveal it? Because I've never had anyone on WATP I've never made them sign an NDA. I've never felt the need to. Like, don't tell anyone about my pool table with the green felt.
He can't stop doxing himself. He's worried about other people.
Yeah.
No, he doxed DG the other day.
Did he?
He gave out DG's real name on his stream.
Oh, geez,
which is,
so
again,
stupid.
the reason I will not give John anything.
Right.
Yeah, good on you.
Kurt, if you made the point to him, he was pushing you to get your real name, and you go, I'm not going to give it to you. I'm not saying you want to get it out there, but you will get it out there. And then I think you're on his show the next day, and he said someone's name by mistake. You're like, see, do you see what I mean, John? Yes. No, but I wouldn't do that to you.
And now he's done it to the great DG.
Oh, no, not Dave.
Dalton Giordano.
Yeah. All right. So now John is going to snipe me. He's on his show live. He's by himself. Someone says, hey, Carl's doing Who Are These Broadcasters right now? Well, actually, they didn't say that. They just said I was live. And John cannot figure this out until he does. But at first, it's very difficult for him for some reason.
Oh, let's go. Yeah, how do I get that? That's a good one.
So Roach says Carl is live, John.
WATP. John?
Oh, I should mention, because when he shows his screen, you can see it. He literally put into YouTube WATP and hit enter. The channel is Who Are These Podcasts? And if you go to the channel and click the live button, if we're live, you'll see the video right there. But John just types WATP.
No.
Terrible marketing, Carl.
No.
Yeah. Where's your
I don't see anything
SEO, Carl?
live. I don't
It's not
see
the same
anything
as saying
live.
Kevin into your phone.
Where do you see that he's live?
On my channel.
I don't see him live.
Of course you don't.
Yeah, he's not in your
You're doing
house.
it wrong.
Live. We'll do it live. Oh, who are these broadcasters? Is that what it is? Oh, okay. All right.
Siri, call Carl.
The system was
right, he
operating
found
as
it.
designed. The morning
News
of
pagan
the
now.
Here we
explosion.
go.
He just does a billion shows a
Tom
day.
Harris,
So I
Pittsburgh's
did
Action News
yesterday.
Corps.
Who
So
are
I
these
love the politician.
broadcasters?
His immediate thing is just like, get off my back. We're not going to know shit for years. I don't want to hear questions every fucking day about this. All right, we're not talking about it.
So John's doing this new thing now because Kevin Brennan praised him for this. So now John is doing this all the time. I played a bunch of clips from John was on MLC on Monday. I played that on the bonus show today. I have a bunch more I didn't even get to. One of them being that Kevin made some kind of statement about how John likes to zoom in on Mike Morse and be like, let's just see if he says anything. Silent Mike. And Kevin goes, I love that you do that. It's so funny. So now John's like, oh, I got approval from Daddy. He says this is a good bit. So now he's just zoomed in on me and Christian Blatt. And he's not watching the video that we're reacting to or anything else. He's just going to watch this and explain how terrible our show is.
Relax.
He is. Oh,
I think I know who's
funny,
responsible for this,
Carla.
guys. It's the company that's been brought up about 30 times since we started the show. People's Gas.
Julie's best buddy.
I mean, obviously, it's People's Gas. And their number is at the bottom of it. That's the whole point. Obviously, somebody went over to the county and went, look, we really got to bury this one. This is going to look really bad. There's going to be lawsuits. We're going to be shooting into oblivion. I don't know what the county's going to do. Like, okay, no, we got you. We'll cover for you.
Yeah,
They
no,
made it.
And the general manager
I
of
think
the,
you're
of the
Lady
news
K, Carl.
station is
I
like,
know.
all right, look, we're gonna let go of it, but you have to let us show the dead kids. All right, look, if that's the compromise we have to make, you have to say he's almost 13. All right, whatever.
There was rumor that the fucking hot water heater wasn't working, and so some are suggesting that he went in there and maybe was doing something with the hot water heater. I don't know. So
I've had the hot water heater go out at my house
What a
in
fucking
a bad way,
snooze fest.
and that house was still standing, and so were all of my neighbors. No one died.
But did you have anybody from the gas company there? If you had somebody from the gas company.
To be fair, no one from Con Ed.
Carl, you better look out. You're on a fresh water canal.
They didn't say he. Okay, this is gonna get interesting. So what John's thing that he does is he starts watching a show mid-show, not knowing the context, not understanding the conversation, and then listens to a sentence or two and goes, "This is boring." Be like turning on Empire Strikes Back, and he gets a Dagobah, and he's just like, "Oh, he's just gonna be jogging around the jungle with a alien on his back. Boring." Like, yeah, but this is part of a bigger thing, retard.
It's Zumak level bad.
Yes, correct.
Yeah,
that's a perfect way to sum it up. Guy has no idea what he's doing or how to do it, but insists on trying over and over again.
And it's also, if you're just going to sit there and say how boring a show is, why are you forcing your audience to watch it?
Well, right. He's got no strategy. His show, I could pull up any part. I mean, I have the link right here. We could go to any part of the show and talk about how boring it is. It's very boring. John has nothing to talk about. But this is great because, as everyone knows, John and I live very close to each other in Florida, and there was a storm coming through yesterday, and so there was concern about where we live, and John says this.
He was a good employee.
It's 50 to 70 mile per hour winds coming.
You know,
some alligators
zero
get in your
days
house.
since the last workplace incident.
Carl,
it's like, oh yeah, wasn't
Carl, alligators could get in your house and bite your foot off.
No, it's not a threat. He's got a joke for this. Now, everybody get ready. This is hilarious. This is going to rock your world.
Would that be known as a club sandwich?
Now, as you guys know, the rule of comedy.
Wait, play the joke.
Give him another chance. The rule of comedy, as everybody knows, is you tell a joke like if an alligator bit off Carl's foot, would that be a club sandwich? And then after you do that, you repeat the exact same joke.
Come on, that was funny. Carl, if the alligator bites your foot off, would that be a club sandwich? Oh!
The fuck is wrong with this guy?
Good God.
Why does he think that he should repeat that joke?
He works really hard on it. That's why.
So
I wish I could say I wrote that for him.
He's saying that he's hoping that my house gets flooded and bad things happen to it. On MLC, he was talking about how Anthony had an issue with his roof. They just built a new house in South Carolina, Anthony Cumia, and the contractor fucked up and cut all these corners and put up a shitty roof. And so they're trying to sue the guy, but he left the state. And it's this whole fucking ordeal. It's a nightmare. I've talked to Missy about this. I mean, we both were going through buying a new house at the same time, so we were talking about this a lot. And John's yucking it up with KB. Isn't that funny that this thing happened to him that sucks? Like, motherfucker, karma's a bitch. Laugh about other people's misfortune all you want, but I don't know if that's the route you want to go. Because bad things are coming your way, John, just so you know. And I'd hate to see all the people fucking holding their sides and laughing when you're dealing with whatever fucking organ failure you got to deal with in the future.
When an alligator gets in John's house and it dies by a silver bullet. Good one.
Because of course.
A werewolf would have been more appropriate for that one, Andy.
A werewolf. All right. So this is the craziest thing. Monday night. And I feel like so much time has passed since then. I can't even remember when we've talked about it. Monday night, Kevin Brennan tells John, you got to snipe Uncle Rico show. It'll be great. Everyone will love it. They'll all want to watch you watching them watching you. It's going to be fantastic. And I don't know what KB's goal was, if he knows John's going to fail miserably at it, and that's why it's funny. I would think so. Because the next morning, KB went on his show and just went, John's a fucking idiot. He doesn't know what he's doing. Because I went on John's show and declared an L for him and for Kevin Brennan because all it did was get more people giving money to Shuley and the Shuley Network in spite of John. So this is what's crazy about it is that John showed up an hour and a half late to snipe the Shuley show because he will never, ever understand how time zones work. And he thinks it's everyone's fault but his, because he's a fucking moron.
You know, he asked me to go and snipe them, and I do. Was I a little late? Yeah, because he didn't specify when.
You know how I feel about that kind of thing, John? I feel like whenever I show up to something, it's the right time. So I would never acknowledge being late. That's just me. That's how I personally.
Well, look, if he would have said 7 o'clock EST, then I would have said, okay, so for my time.
What time did you guys get off even? I mean, obviously it was before that.
So that's when he kicked me out at 3:30.
Right. Kevin said at 3:30 John's time, 6:30 Eastern time, he's on MLC, and he goes, okay, you're going to snipe their show. I'm going to let you go now. Go get a beer. Go get what you got to do. Get prepared so that you can snipe their show. Because it's in a half an hour. John thinks it's in 3.5 hours. So he goes, well, okay, you don't have to kick me out now, but all right.
What do you mean, go get a beer?
Yeah, it never ever occurred to John. Never once did it occur to him that maybe they're dealing with East Coast time, since every single person involved in this, Bob Levy, Mike Morris, Kevin Braden, all of these guys are all on the East Coast. And they're saying it's happening at 7 o'clock. And John goes, well, obviously everyone means Pacific time. Nothing in this world is Pacific time. Nothing in the Dabbleverse is Pacific time. Nothing is. And John is blaming Kevin for this. Why wouldn't he tell me that it's 7 EST? Well, that's to be assumed. And if you didn't know that, ask.
Yep.
I don't know. It's pretty easy.
But once he figures it out, we should all go to Pacific time.
Oh, yeah. Yes. I'm going to go to military time. I'll see you at 1,400 hours, John. Good luck.
Right.
That's when I was on the way to the pub, and I called you. I go, that was weird. He just kicked me out. Like he said, I have to prepare, but it's 3.5 hours later. What do I got to prepare for?
So John goes to the bar and starts drinking. And Kevin Brennan, an hour into Uncle Rico's show, messages John and goes, where are you? I thought you were going to snipe the show. And John's like, what are you talking about? It's like, they've been on for an hour. So what does John do? The most amazing thing I've ever heard in my life, and he admitted this on his show. He sold his beer to another person at the bar for $5. Now, John explained this. So apparently what happens is it's happy hour. So you get the beer and then you get the upside down shot glass, whatever they call that. The bubble, so that you can trade that in for your next drink, right? Buy one, get one. So John had he was just ready to trade in his get one. And he gets the note like, you got to go home and snipe the show. So what does he do? He sells it for $5 to someone else at the bar. Unheard of. I've been to many bars. I've never seen someone sell that.
The most cheapskate thing. I mean, first of all, like appointment drinking for buy one, get one. Like, I got to be there for the buy one, get one. Oh, I'm missing out on it. You want to buy my bubble instead of just giving it away? Can you imagine? Like a good guy?
Well, and then he was defending himself because everyone was ripping on him. So I saw him on his show today defending himself. He's like, well, I asked my friend if they wanted it, but they didn't. So then I'm just like, does anyone want to buy this? And then someone said they would. Like, this is the whole fucking thing that he had to do to get $5. And at first he was bragging about it. He's like, so I got the $5. What?
I didn't take a loss.
Are the buy one, get one free beers $10? Because otherwise... Did he make a profit on this?
I think he might have made a profit on it. That's a good question, Cardiff. Although he does tip $10 a beer, so
yeah, right.
True.
Maybe he did take a loss after all.
And I went to the pub.
I would think that's what he meant. Like, go have a couple drinks, that's
what I thought he meant.
Get some food.
He said, go get some beers. So, I got it. Okay, I'll go get some. I'll go to the pub.
You're a grown adult.
Right.
Kevin Brennan doesn't tell you what to do with your fucking time.
Also, when he was confused about it, he's like, 3.5 hours, what do I have to prepare for? Like, he would have prepared with a half hour.
Right.
Like, he would have done anything different.
Of course. No, he has nothing. He has no idea how to do this. And he embarrassed himself so badly. It was really funny. They fucked with him so hard. It was great.
Good.
I assumed he knew what my lifestyle is.
This is what...
So everyone has to know what time zone he's in. They have to know what his lifestyle is. All right, John, how many hours do you need to drink beer before you could go on and do this show tonight? Okay, then I'm going to let you go in 5 minutes so that you get your 3.5 hours worth of beer drinking time so that you can do. Don't you know my lifestyle?
Yeah.
One of those examples of East Coast, West Coast beef. Unfortunately, it can get bad.
I don't think that
has nothing to do with East Coast, West Coast beef.
Christ.
Retard. That's not what this is. No one's shooting Tupac over this.
But even that is not unheard of. I've had guests that I've screwed up, and you
don't
specify
say
the EST or PST, and I've had guests where they screwed up. And
even more reason to ask for clarification or to even think for a second. Like, does that mean 4 o'clock my time if it's 7 o'clock?
You have a history of fucking this up.
Yes, it's happened so many goddamn times. You would think it'd be like, maybe I should give this some thought before going to the bar for 3 hours and not understanding.
And didn't, but it happens. It's not like so unheard of. So for him to have his fucking panties in a bunch just because I didn't understand.
This is the other thing, too. So Kevin said he'd pay John $100 to do this. $100 in John's world is 2 days at the pub. That's huge. Because as we all know, addicts don't think weeks ahead. Addicts are not thinking about like, will I be this high next Tuesday? They want it now, and they want it again tomorrow. So John's thinking $100, that's 2 days at the pub, because he's made it clear that $50 is what he needs every day at the pub. Which I calculated, it was $15,000 a year. Now I'm trying to remember what it was. It was something like $17,000 a year. If you spend $50 a day at the pub, which John claims he does, it was significant. It's my point.
$18,250.
Thank you. 18.2. Which, if he wants to get that Harley fixed, I feel like he could get a new fucking bike for that kind of money. It'd probably be a better investment for him.
But if he sells his free beers, it's only it's only like 14 grand.
It's gating the system. So in John's mind, he's really pissed off at KB because KB has not paid him the $100 yet that he said he would pay him. And I don't know if it's because John failed or what's going on, but he was. I watched him say, he's like, day 2 of no money from Kevin Brennan. Can you imagine living your life like that?
He cannot be embarrassed. He just cannot be embarrassed.
It's shocking.
Who are these podcasts?